Let's go. Come on.
Tonight, it's Live with Vince Eliot.
Live with Vince Eliot.
Tonight on Live with Vince Eliot, he's known as the Berry Gordy of Gospel. It's Lavell R. Nero,
Reaching the world one artist at a time.
and keeping the show on track, co-host Erica Mack.
Erica Mack. Who's the Mac? Let's get it.
Well, Merry Christmas and welcome to Live with Vince Eliot. I am Vince Eliot and
She is Erica Mack.
okay,
And we're back.
yeah, we're back. I mean,
Can you hear me?
I hear you very well. I do
Oh,
hear
good.
you.
Great.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm feeling the holiday spirit. I'm feeling all Christmassy and everything like that. I'm feeling the whole love and the giving mood. But, I just feel like something's missing. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I don't have on my any Christmas gear like you do. You got on the Merry Christmas shirt. I don't know. Anyway, welcome to Live with Vince Eliot. I am Vince Eliot, as I said. She is Erica Mack. And before we even get into it, what we got to do. Erica, what should they be doing?
You all should be going to The Vince Eliot on YouTube. That is The Vince Eliot on YouTube. And subscribing. Subscribing, people. Subscribing. We need you to subscribe.
And smash.
And smash. Absolutely smash. Hit that button. Like the show. Hit the button. Like the show. For notifications and for likes. We like likes. You like likes. So like us.
We want to be liked.
Right.
like a high school, a junior high school
Right.
person. I want somebody to like me.
I want friends.
Well, listen, tonight we have a great show as usual. And what I love about this show is the variety. We have all different types of guests on, and tonight is no different. We have a artist management entrepreneur, I guess you would say.
Yes.
But anyway, Lavell R. Nero's on the show tonight, and he is wow. I mean, there's so much I can say about him, but I'm going to save it for when I actually introduce him and bring him on the show. In the meantime, let's just
How
get
was
on
your
to the
week?
next thing. Well, okay, how was your week?
How was your week?
Interesting. We do Secret Santa at my home.
Oh yeah, you
And,
told me that.
Yeah. So I had a hard time coming up with my gifts, and it was funny because my daughter, she was like, when she found out that I was having a hard time coming, she was like, "Oh Lord, please don't let her pick me. Please don't." I was cracking up. I felt so bad. I was like, it's not that I don't get good gifts. I just haven't figured it out yet. She's like, please don't let her pick me. But, My wife and my oldest son are like the best at this. They are really great at thinking about, who you are and what you want and all that type of thing. And I'm horrible at it. I'm always waiting to the last minute, and I'm just like, I don't know, just tell me what you want. So, but I think I did pretty good. I think
do you guys do like a different gift for each day, or you just do one big all-encompassing gift?
All-encompassing. We agreed to a certain budget. Okay. And, everybody spends that amount. And we made a pretty decent amount this time, too.
Yeah.
Everybody's working.
Because y'all are working.
Everybody's working. So come on with it. Come on. And my wife has a rule, no monetary gifts. It has to be a thoughtful gift. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
What about you? How's your week?
What did I do? I don't think I did too much of anything besides get ready for the season. I'm just really happy about the season and just want to bask in the joy of it. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. Christmas shopping, I've really been done with that since, I always try to be done before December comes in. So,
and you got a lot of nieces and nephews and things.
I do.
People, a lot of family that look to you. So
yeah. So I always try to be done before. I only had one or two things that I needed to get, but they wasn't big. So I just I went to the mall, and the mall was on jam on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
So surprisingly, people are out. People do want to go out. Contrary to popular belief, people are out doing and shopping and things like
with
that.
With a mask on.
Some with the mask, some without. So, hey.
Well, you got 50 people to shop for. You're out there spending $5,000-$6,000 and all this kind of stuff. You know how y'all rich folks do. But anyway,
yeah, absolutely. So that's it.
You receive that?
I absolutely do. Yes, I probably have already spent that, but.
Wow. See,
I just want to
get on. I just want to be on the list. You know what I'm saying? So, in the meantime, let's just kick it in other news.
And now for news you may or may not be able to use. News other than Trump, COVID, or civil unrest. It's in other news. Live from one of our remote studios, it's news anchor Erica Mack.
In other news, this would be a good time if you were in Bristol, Tennessee, and you had a layaway at the Walmart. There was Walmart carried a $65,000 layaway balance, and an anonymous donor called and talked to the store manager and agreed to pay off the $65,000 of layaway.
Man, I keep missing these opportunities. Why is it that I can't be in the right city, in the right state, when people are just giving away this money? It's not happening in Michigan, I take it. Wow. See?
I can say a lot to that, but
but you know what? I'm working towards that. I do give, but it's such a good feeling when you can be a blessing to other people. I've had that opportunity to do that, but I want to do it more and on a bigger scale.
Yeah, that's absolutely. Yeah, that's one thing I was like, this year I felt like I didn't give enough. You know, I gave, but I'm like, I told my husband, I'm like, we need somebody else to give to.
Well, Erica, you got my address. I don't understand. What's the problem? You know exactly where I live. I just want to help you out, you know.
Right. But I was in particular looking for a certain family and age group. So yeah.
Mm.
But
we don't meet the age requirements.
We don't meet the age requirements.
Wow. I'm too old, huh?
But it's okay. You deserve it as well, so you'll get it.
Just not from you. That's cool.
I didn't say it. No, I did not say that. Another reason to be excited for the season is we've all had doctor bills and had things that like surprise bills because of health. In Desmond, Iowa, the church pays off $5 million of medical bills.
Wow. See, once again, I'm in the wrong state. I got to move just because of that.
Yeah, I thought that was so awesome that this church reached out to their county and found out what was in their local hospital, what was the debt on medical bills, and they paid it off. And
they just start sending out letters. Your medical bills have been paid.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
So
wow.
Such an honor to be
in that
position to do that.
Those are the type of stories we need, because I mean we hearing so much negativity now. So to be able to hear some things like that, is very uplifting and very encouraging for this time of the season. So hats off to the anonymous person who did that. And I'm just joking when I say, why not me? Because, somebody else is being blessed, it's just as good, So being a blessing or receiving a blessing, it's all good.
It's all good. It's a reciprocal.
Great stories. Listen, if you just joined us, please go ahead and share this with your family and friends. We got a great show tonight. We've got, a guest that's going to be talking about artist management. He is known as the Berry Gordy of Gospel. Yeah, he's right here in the Detroit area, and so we're going to be talking with him shortly. And we're just going to keep this Christmas theme music going. And I just want you guys to, hey, get in the holiday spirit and support Live with Vince Eliot. I mean, I say that laughing, but I'm so serious that we're gonna press through 2021, and we're gonna be we're gonna be doing some new things, and we're looking forward to just having a great 2021. So you guys can be a part of that. Give whatever it is that you feel that you can give. Producer put the Cash App on the screen. We're going to start that early today, just so you guys can know how to support. You go to $ Live with Vince Eliot, or you can do it through Zelle, or however you say it. I always mess it up. You know how I do. But what? No amounts
too big and no amounts too small.
Shows about what?
Information, education, and some laughs.
That's right. So, we're going to take a short break, and we will be right back right after this short message.
Oh my goodness.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you and your family. On behalf of myself and my crew here at Live with Vince Eliot, Erica Mack, my co-host, and Deidre, my super duper producer in the background holding it down, we want to say thank you, and we appreciate all the support and love you've shown us in 2020. And we're going to continue to do that in 2021 in terms of giving you great content. We could not have done this without you. And so you see I got my coat on and my scarf. That's because I'm prepared to go outside in this cold Michigan weather and ring a bell with a bucket if I have to. But you know what? Salvation Army's already doing that. So why don't we do it this way? You can give to our Cash App, $ Live with Vince Eliot, 1L, 1T, route that money to the right place, and we will use it with integrity. We want to thank you for what you're going to do, what you've already done. We're going to continue in 2021 giving you information, education, inspiration, motivation, and yes, a few laughs, even if it means that I got to bring Lil V on the show. Who knows? He might make it on the show this year or maybe in 2021. We'll see. But we want to just, again, wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we will see you on Tuesday, every Tuesday, the rest of this year and next year. Thank you once again. We appreciate you. We love you. Have a wonderful holiday. Welcome back to Live with Vince Eliot. Listen, if you haven't done so, please share. Go ahead and share. I mean, here's the thing. It don't cost you nothing to share. All you got to do is hit the share button. Oh, I'm sorry. There's Erica. Yeah.
Oh, you muted me? I was muted.
Sometimes, you just need to be muted. No, I'm just kidding. But it costs you nothing to share. So please definitely share this, whether you're on YouTube or whether you're on Facebook. And we want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to ask questions and get in their comments. And we got a real interesting guest. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to introduce this man. Has been involved in music since he was a little fella. In fact, he started directing choirs at 9 years old, and he had already been introduced to several instruments by that time. So, I mean, I don't know, maybe we got a little Prince on our hands, but he's well beyond he's well beyond that age now. He's a veteran now, and he's been, producing artists and, doing artist management. So I want to, without further ado, let him tell his story. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one that's affectionately known as the Berry Gordy of Gospel, Mr. Lavell R. Nero. Come on now. There he is. How you?
Hello.
Let's unmute him.
Welcome.
Yeah. He is. There he is. He's muted. He's unmuted. How are you, sir?
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Live with Vince Eliot. It is a pleasure to have you on the show. And,
we're excited.
We are definitely excited to have you. We've never had anybody on talking about artist management. So, we have everything from healthcare to finances to you name it. And so we've had artists on, but never artist management. So I want to allow you a moment just to introduce yourself to our viewers and say whatever it is you want to say. And then we'll get right into hearing a little bit about your story.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Lavell Nero, and I am the CEO of Alternative Management and Marketing Group. And I've been managing artists for about 20 years. I've been in the industry over 51 years.
Wow.
In the gospel industry.
Wow. So you've been in the industry longer than some of us been around. I mean,
Yes.
I'd love to say I was part of that group, but
He's made it. He just slid on in there. All right.
Some of us on this show, who parents probably hadn't even met yet, but yeah, man. So 51 years in the business, and so let's just start with how this all came about. How did you even get interested or get involved with music in the business?
Well, at a young age, about I'd say 9. I was in the youth choir at my church, and I told the pianist that I would like to direct, and she gave me an opportunity. I used to sit the kids down in the neighborhood and direct them on the porch of my grandmother's porch. And I forgot about that till my aunt reminded me that the kids on Bethune were my first choir when I had my anniversary celebration. And then it just went on from there. I got involved in the Donnellville's Voices of Deliverance. Was one of the assistant directors with that choir. I joined them when I was 17. And then later on, Donnell moved to D.C. and brought me, the manager at that time, Gene Hodge, called me and asked me would I come over to the Donnellville Choraleers and direct them. And I said, yes, I will come.
Well, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Back up. Tap out for a second. So I want to go back to this kids on the porch. I mean, so you just at random was getting kids in the neighborhood like, come on. They was hanging out, or y'all were playing or whatever, and you just said, let's sing something.
Right. And
were these kids going to your church or something?
Was the scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Then I had them, harmonies, and I started being creative. The altos did something, the tenors did.
Could the kids sing? I mean,
well,
but that was the time. Right. That was the time when you had all everybody was singing. That was the thing to do.
Yes.
Wow, that's funny. So I mean, you just jumped right into directing. How did you learn how to direct?
Well, I kind of watched my minister of music at that time, Maureen, and there was a couple of other guys in the adult choir that was directing. And so I would go home and practice in our living room, because the way the living room was set up, it was kind of like the chair was on the right for the sopranos, there's a couch in the middle for the tenors, and there was a love seat on the left for the altos.
I know your parents was like, look at this boy. What was your parents saying?
They didn't know.
Okay.
This would be after school.
Okay.
Oh, they weren't home yet.
Right.
And you was in there cutting up. So
Right. At that time, I think Martha, WCHB was
Yeah.
on, and they play gospel a lot. So
mhm.
you got to hear a lot of the gospel greats on there. So I would practice from the radio.
Well, we got Stephanie and Tiffany Hayes checking in, and Stephanie says, "Hello, everyone. This show is for me." So she's definitely hanging on to your every word. So I know Erica's got some questions for you. I'm gonna turn it over to her.
Well, my first question would be, because you've directed and you've done that for X amount of years, and then you transition, and in your transitioning you went into management. And so what made you want to make that initial transition?
Well, before that, I transitioned into marketing.
Marketing, okay.
I
Okay.
transitioned into marketing. At that time, I was at Second Ebenezer Church, Pastor Bishop Van.
Okay.
And before I came home, I asked him what is it he wanted me to do. And he said, I want you to help market my church. And so I came in because my background had just graduated from Morehouse with a degree in marketing. And
Morehouse.
so I called myself the grassroots because I had no really serious connection. I'm right out of college. So I knew start with radio. I started with the magazines that were out, like the Michigan Chronicle, the Monitor, Metro Times. Uh, then I went from there, building relationships. Then eventually I went to the movie theaters. I went to billboards.
Hmm.
So and it just went on from there, and the radio stations, because at Second Ep we had so many events and programs going on.
Yeah.
I was
Mhm.
able to, they would call me and say, what you got going on? I was able to go down to radio stations, hang out with the DJs or the salesperson. So back then, it was like real easy for me because I had developed relationships with a lot of the people that was in multimedia and various mediums.
Okay.
Then from there, after so many events that were successful, then Pastor Van made me the PR and marketing director. And then the musician there, Curtis Pearson, came up to me and said, there's a guy named Richard Ross who has a group called Richard Ross and Management. I'm sorry, Richard Ross and Rapture. And he said they need some management. And I was like, okay.
Why you telling me? Huh?
Right. So I went to the rehearsal. He made communication with Richard. I went out and I said, well, management pretty much would be kind of marketing, guiding the career, da 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 da.
You
So
said I can do this.
yeah, so promoting them. So I knew I had to create a portfolio. And at that time, Intercourt Records, so they were beginning.
Mhm.
And Diane was the assistant. So she created a portfolio for me. And
Mm-hmm.
then and I
Set
was
you
able
up.
to send it out. So that was like the beginning stages
Uh,
of my marketing with my very first artist, which was Richard Ross and Rapture. And again, I had developed relationships with various all the radio stations, all the newspapers, Free Press.
yeah. So
Uh,
you were already primed and in position to just switch over to management. And for those who don't know, Second Ebenezer is a staple in Detroit, and they got a rich history of doing a lot of good.
Good
Things in the
work
community.
in the
Right, right.
community. Yeah.
So
Apparently, you
that's
did a
kind
great
of
job.
how I kind of transitioned because Richard was my first artist.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
then I kind of waited about like 5 years into managing him. And then his aunt wanted me to manage her, and then his cousins. It was a male group. And so then I went into because Second Ebenezer was doing a lot of events. So I got familiar with the secular artists because we had our carnival. So I asked, can we have one night would be blues, another night would be jazz, Sunday would be gospel. So that's when I started to expand my outreach.
Now, what years? What years was this that roughly?
You see,
this was going on.
I graduated from Morehouse '96, so let's say '97. I started the college fair.
Okay.
Of my experience of attending a historical Black college, and it was an overwhelming success for Second Ebenezer that it is now their signature event.
Wow.
Of one of their church functions.
Yeah. Okay, I want to give them I just want to say a word to our viewers. Get your questions on in there and get your comments ready to go because he's doing artist management, and if you're interested in getting representation, or you got questions about artist management or artist or something like that, then now's the time to go ahead and put those questions, those comments in there. And as we learn more about, what he's done, and we'll talk, of course, later about the future and what he's going to do. Erica.
Well, my question is, I kind of want to stay around this marketing because I think it is really big in building your artist. What are some things that you would say are keys to marketing that's not would be the old way, but it's still good today?
With all the social media and everything going on.
Yeah.
Well, right. Before social media,
right,
it was how you presented your artist. Like I said, I had at that time it was called a press kit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
which was
yeah.
Nice folder. You had a 8x10 picture. You had the bio. You had how to reach events they've done, how they got started. And you put it in a nice folder. So each one of my artists had then Richard had a burgundy folder with gold writing with the artist
got down
name.
to the color.
Yeah, he got the detail going.
Well, it's as a
we're gonna assume it was nice.
Well, as a marketer, like I said, my bachelor's is in marketing from Morehouse. Then I went on and got my master's in international marketing. So I knew presentation is a key. How people will read you or see you before they hear you. In the presentation. Yeah. So I made sure it was put together right. Now they call it EP kits.
You say that was burgundy with gold trim?
Right. And then I went on to right, because as the burgundy, a lot of people know, if you see a lot of my stuff, it has maroon and it bleeds up to maybe red, and that's my identity to Morehouse College, because our colors was maroon and white.
Now I
so
happen
you
to
see
like
a lot of my work is the reflection that I'm a Morehouse man.
I happen to like those colors, maroon and burgundy. And my wife tell me that's an old man color. I mean, a lot of cars I buy, they be in that color. And I was just like, look, this color is hot, So anyway.
Well, I buy black cars, either all black or, because my vision is to one day be an alpha. So,
An alpha?
That's one day my vision.
Alpha as in the fraternity?
Yes.
Now, why you didn't do that when you was at Morehouse?
Because they lost their chapter because of the incident.
Oh yeah.
Wow. See, I don't know.
So it happens often.
Right.
And they have to get it back. So yeah, it happens often. So when just to clarify, when artist is being presented and you you're marketing your artist, the thing that you definitely need to have is an EP kit, and that EP kit would basically build a story of your artist. And that's
Right.
what you're saying that you should have today, along with the social media platform.
Right. The EP kit is the newest thing. I have one artist that really has one. Most of my artists, I build them up, with their photos, and through my relationship with many people in radio across this country and internationally. So some things I can skip, but the main thing I send out on my artists is called a one sheeter,
Yeah.
which is a summary of the artist, the project, where to get the music, how to get in touch with them, what affiliate, whether BMI, ASCAT, they're affiliated with, which is on there. It has the UPC code and it
Okay.
has the RSRC codes.
Yeah.
So when I send it out, radio or whoever, television, they got all the information they need regarding that artist. And I'm particular what that looks like. So everything, because of my marketing background, it's all about presentation, because I understand you only get one chance to impress anybody.
Yeah, it's hard to come back.
Yeah, it is. And those windows take a while to come back. But here's what I want you to back up on.
Okay.
So you said a UPC code and RIC code.
What
a lot
are
of
they?
individuals don't know what that is.
Okay.
So break that down in layman's terms.
Okay. The UPC code is on the back of products. It's the barcode that
Right.
when you purchase something, they scan it in the machine, and that's what keeps up with your sales. That's the sales side.
Mm-hmm.
The RSRC codes is what's for radio, and this is what radio needs to make sure they report that they played you, and it's for charting as well, charting on Billboard.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Oh.
so there's several ways. There used to be a time you could get the codes in advance, and then whoever is mastering, they can master your IS radio codes into the hard copy. So when you play it, all the information comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with radio, when you submit your music, it has to be approved. So you don't get the codes until after it meets the standard of CD Baby, iTunes, and all that stuff.
Well, I got a
So
question.
once it's approved, then they give you the codes that they have assigned to that particular single or EP or full project.
Yes.
I got a question now. So you're managing artists that are already established. They've already recorded some music. I mean, so if you run into a raw talent like me, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who can blow, but just really don't have no material out there. You know what I'm saying? I was a lonely man with empty arms to fill. Thank you very much. Thank you. And so, I mean, what can you do? I mean, do you have certain qualifications they have to, to be able to get, for you to sign them? I mean, how does it work? Do you screen them?
Let's back up. None of my artists they've been singing, performing, but they never been in the industry level. So they all had to be groomed on how to be presented in the industry. Okay, so they were all really raw to the industry level of
sort of like me
and gospel.
Because you heard it. You heard it. It's like,
I heard you.
Okay. You heard He said, I heard you.
I heard,
He heard something.
I had to condition them if you're trying to get on that next level, because you could stay local. But first of all, I had to ask an artist, what's your plan? What are you trying to do? You want to stay local? Then you don't need to do nothing.
Right.
But when you want to go national, then we have to look at, I have to groom you, prepare you. You need a a good studio. You
Mm-hmm.
may have to invest some money. You
Yes.
need a good photographer because you got to take pictures, promo. You need a good graphic designer because I tell them, I say, many of these awards on the level, the graphic designer, there's nominations for them on how they design your project, your package, the whole 9 yard
Now
from
hang on.
the
Now hang on there for a second. So, doesn't it work this way sometime where you're managing an artist that's got skill, and then they go in and maybe perform for a record label who says, yeah, we want to sign you and we're going to pay for the studio time, we're going to pay for the pictures and art. And I mean, doesn't it work that way as well?
in this day and time, it's kind of like the
Slim.
365,
What do you mean by that?
meaning before record companies sign an artist now, and I'm gonna go back to the 365. They want to see 25% of what you're doing.
Mm,
Before, yes, they did that. They put all that money into an artist, whatever, and it'd be years before that they recoup that money
mm-hmm.
because they put in the promotions, this and that, and so by the time they got any of their money back, or the artist didn't see any money because they had to pay it back to the
Mm-hmm.
label. And
Yes.
so only time they made money was their own personal and I don't want to sound secular, but I'm gonna just say it, gigs.
Mm, mm,
Yeah.
uh, or performances, put it that way.
mm,
And then the record companies a lot of times can, supersede something that you're booked for because they say this is a promotion, we need you there. So as a manager or as the artist, you have to contact the people and say I have to cancel because the record company takes preference. And so today now, and it's not that many labels left.
mm.
So you have to be really good. Your numbers have to be good. How you present yourself, all that needs to be
Well,
A1 because
actually,
you
that's
held to the same standards of a national artist.
yeah, that's industry wide, not just with music, but that's also true in my industry, which is really kind of the same industry. When you talk
Right.
about television and film production, so they, like Netflix, they like, listen, don't come to us with an idea. Go ahead and produce one and let us see it. We don't want to see no samples. We want to see the entire show. And then, we'll decide whether we want to pick you up. So many people have the ability to produce things now. They want to see a full episode, and then they still want you to come through, somebody that they know or a production company.
Right,
But
right,
to your
right.
point, they want to see. Let's see something. Don't just tell me about some idea that you got.
What have you
Right,
invested? It's just all about your personal investment into
Mm-hmm.
right.
you.
Because as an
Yeah.
indie artist, you're the record label.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
mean, and I always say this example, you could go up to God's World and see a bunch of albums or CDs on the
Yeah.
shelf.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to stand out among all the, what is it about you that makes you stand out from the rest?
And if you're
Yeah.
not from Michigan, God's World
Yeah.
is that spot in Detroit. It's that number one spot. There's other record,
Right,
stores, but God's World is the most well known record store in Detroit. And if they don't have it, then maybe it don't exist.
right.
So,
So again, you got to be willing to invest in yourself. That's why these record labels now, which is far and few, they want to see, they watching your social media, they
mhm.
watching your fan base, they're
You got to
watching
build your
how
own
your
fans. Yeah.
event, how you present yourself, how not just when you perform, they looking at how you post stuff. So you
Hmm.
Right.
got to be very careful what you say
Yep.
on social media.
By the way,
Yeah.
God's World, y'all can send that sponsorship money to Cash App $Live with Vince Eliot. I digress. Erica, we got some
Yes,
comments?
yes. Tiffany Hayes wanted you to discuss doing virtual and live keynote concerts online.
Yes. There's a standard, some like, because of that, one of my artists, the Detroit Youth Choir, they seem to master the online video, how to do that with their phones.
Now, you can't just blow past that. Now, everybody knows who the Detroit Youth Choir is. You're just going to try to blow past that. You're trying to tell us that one of your artists is the famous Detroit Youth Choir that went on America's Got Talent, and they went all the way except for that last step. Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Yes, I am. In a humble way.
Lavell R. Nero, managing the Detroit Youth Choir. Go ahead then. All right.
Yes. And so they have done during the pandemic. Most of them got iPhones. I don't have an iPhone. But they have learned how to record their music, whatever, and the routines, all that. And we send it over to the editor. The editor edits and put all the music together and is ready for commercial use.
Yes.
So in this day and time, because of the pandemic, it is easier for me to send videos and still get an honorarium for the use of the video. So you got to be creative now in this market as an artist. Otherwise, if you're not willing to embrace the change or the new way, you'll be sitting at home.
Yeah, and we can probably delve into that a little bit more when we come back from this break and talk about, how do we market, these online. I mean, everybody's got access to online, but how do you do a live concert? How do you monetize that? And then we want to talk about what you got coming up too as well when we come back from this break. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, like I like to say, shame on you, but you can go back to YouTube and you can watch from the beginning. We're on with Lavell R. Nero. He is a artist manager. He manages artists. And so he has his own company doing that. And as you just heard, he is the manager of the Detroit Youth Choir. The famous choir was on America's Got Talent just recently. And so we got a lot to talk about. And so we're going to take this quick break, and we'll be right back. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you and your family. On behalf of myself and my crew here at Live with Vince Eliot, Erica Mack, my co-host, and Deidre, my super duper producer in the background holding it down, we want to say thank you and we appreciate all the support and love you've shown us in 2020. And we're going to continue to do that in 2021 in terms of giving you great content. We could not have done this without you. And so you see I got my coat on and my scarf. That's because I'm prepared to go outside in this cold Michigan weather and ring a bell with a bucket if I have to. But you know what? Salvation Army's already doing that. So why don't we do it this way? You can give to our Cash App, $Live with Vince Eliot, 1L, 1T, route that money to the right place, and we will use it with integrity. We want to thank you for what you're going to do, what you've already done. We're going to continue in 2021 giving you information, education, inspiration, motivation, and yes, a few laughs, even if it means that I got to bring Lil V on the show. Who knows? He might make it on the show this year or maybe in 2021. We'll see. But we want to just, again, wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we will see you on Tuesday, every Tuesday, the rest of this year and next year. Thank you once again. We appreciate you. We love you. Have a wonderful holiday. Welcome back. Welcome back to Live with Vince Eliot.
We're back.
And if you missed it, you still got a chance to go to YouTube and catch it from the beginning. But we are talking with Lavell R. Nero. He is managing artist, and he's been affectionately referred to as the Berry Gordy of Gospel. How'd that start, by the way?
Because I have at one point, I had like 11 artists, and
Oh,
now I
okay.
have 9. I have Eric Reverence, who's out of the UK. I have Minister David Whitfield Production. He's the nephew of the late, great Thomas Whitfield.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I have one of the fabulous quartet groups who was just on Channel 4 on Monday,
Yeah, they were.
Young Man for Christ. I have the great, I call them my Ashford and Simpson, Peaches and Herb, BBCC Winan, Sounds of Amani with Pastor Gerald and Pastor Carol. I have my church choir, which is Superintendent Dr. Waverly Bunbury and Refuge Temple Cathedral Voices. They just go straight up give you church. They're going to give you anthems, spirituals, and all that. I have a hip hop artist in Atlanta, Minister SKS. And then I have my contemporary artist, Brother Mike. And then I have a jazz and saxophone artist, Brother Daryl Beebe. And just like 6 of them were just nominated for the Ghana National Ghana Gospel Music Awards over in Africa yesterday.
Wow.
So I'm kind of excited. Yeah, there's the flyer right there. So I'm kind of excited that I have 6 artists in that nomination. Yeah.
6 out of 7. Okay,
yeah.
well let's just that's awesome.
What I wanted to say, Vince, I wanted to share with many people, because people will come up to artists and promise them they could do this, and this. But do your research on that person and see who they manage, and then call and verify, how was the relation? How did it go? I don't profess I know it all, but I have enough resources that I can call and get an answer.
Yeah.
I don't have to manage you to answer your questions or whatever, but my job, as I guess people need to know, I'm alliance leader for Michigan and the Gospel Industry Network for Michigan. My job is to kind of help you navigate through the changes of this music industry. And because now everything is virtual, it has changed.
Which is a great segue back into where we left off at the break. There are a lot of artists out here, particularly the local artists, and I know some personally who are extremely talented, and they just can't seem to get over the hump in terms of getting the exposure and getting the I guess just getting to that next level where they can really make some decent income off of their work. I'm talking about these artists are creating original content and they're playing instruments and all that. How do we take advantage, those of us who can sing, like myself, how do we take advantage of the virtual concert opportunity and monetize it? Because I would imagine that marketing has got to be a big part of it, because, even as we do this show, I often say that the numbers where it shows live on the screen is not a good indication of how many people are watching, because by the time the show ends, we've had anywhere from 150 to 350 people watching, and then after a week on a replay, those numbers increase from there. But how do we get those numbers? We want 1,000 people watching. We want 2,000 people watching. How do we do that? Just by going on Facebook Live or YouTube Live? What's your recommendation on these virtual concerts?
Well, first of all, you got to promote yourself, and whatever you put out there, it needs to be commercially, and at a high resolution, whatever the artwork is. That's the main thing, your artwork. And then I try to promote at least 3 times a day. I try to do it first thing in the morning for those early risers. Then I try to promote midday, and then I try to promote at night before people go to bed.
Hold on, let me get that down.
That's my routine.
I'm gonna pass that assignment off to somebody on my team.
And then it's just how you got to promote. And then those who want, set up a virtual video on Facebook or YouTube, recording yourself, get the proper lighting, the proper background, and that's one way. And advertise you going to go live and where to find, your live performance. And then, so that's one of the things I do with my artists. Once I know they're about to have something, I'm pushing it, constantly remind people prior to how many days, or tomorrow, or today, tonight. So and then I make sure that all my artists, people, they choir members or group members, they also pushing it.
Yeah.
But when you say though, with today's climate, there's so much content out here on social media. We're kind of spoiled to getting stuff for free. I mean, even the big artists. I mean, you can get Kirk Franklin and Mary Mary's songs on YouTube, and you don't even have to pay for them these days. Wouldn't you say it's a challenge, or how would you overcome that challenge as a new artist, getting people to support what you're doing, even with all the promotion, because we're used to getting stuff for free because we got 1,000 social media pages, millions of social media pages we can go to and get free content. Should we just be, building up a following and hoping to get, sponsors to pay for it? Or do we really expect that people are going to pay to watch our content, our virtual concerts?
People pay for, well, now with social media, they using the algorithms now to kind of block music or whatever, so what used to be, or you could put on there, I don't own the rights, but somehow, they have figured out maybe copyrights infringes, so they have blocked a lot of music. Like I have people, want to book DYC, asking me for a video, or one of my other artists for a video. And I just said, go out on YouTube. What are you looking for? And, look at what I have the original video. So they wouldn't be in trouble if they tried to use the YouTube video, because it will, most of the time it is shut down.
Yeah.
So I just use the YouTube as a point of reference. And some of the songs, the videos are older, but I have up-to-date videos that whatever they say they like, and then we negotiate from there. So you got to, as part of it, and I was sharing with my artists, whereas we used to set aside big budgets to do a main video for the song that we play on radio. Now you got the budget for just doing video content, just in general.
Yeah.
Prime example, I can have artists performing as of this year. I can have artists performing all over the country with videos. And very lucrative.
See, that's what we trying to get to. That's what we want to know. We want to know, because it's not like we competing with you. We got people doing comedy. We got people doing shows like mine. We got artists and all types of things. But what do you say to the viewers? How do you get that income by doing that? With all this competition out here.
I'm gonna say it's really based on relationships, and the other thing is your performance, how you look, everything, the look.
So you're getting sponsors?
No, I don't have sponsors. They call and they want a book,
So when you say videos all over the country, I'm thinking you're talking about virtual.
Yes, they ask, I can have one Young Men for Christ. They did a concert in California. They re-released their anniversary video, and we was in think Cleveland or Columbus, doing a concert. So they were bi-coastal and released their anniversary.
I'm missing it. Okay.
So
go ahead, ask the question. Cause you
no,
know where I'm going? I'm trying to say.
I got where you're going. I just want to know. So, like, you're here. You're saying that you have these videos, because I know, like, a lot of artists in just in general, it doesn't have to be a singing artist or anything like that. That they're producing videos, and people are requesting for them to perform, and they're sending out these videos. So what I just heard you say with the Young Men for Christ is that they had several different entities where they were performing. You created a video and you used that video to send out as their performance to individual or to booking agencies or people who wanted it.
No, not
correct?
to booking agencies.
Well, not booking agencies, but
if they my
organizations.
cousin wanted them to be in concert for his birthday.
Yeah.
So we put together a 30-minute video concert just for that.
Yes.
So people, so people are paying.
He paid for that. Some of the videos I already have content, but if it's a song that I don't have, and they want that song to be sung by that particular artist, then I have to compensate for the production.
So people are paying you to put together a 30-minute concert of songs that they select, and you just grab.
Right. Or they either not necessarily select; they just want the
group to perform.
It depends on the artist. I have one artist has a bunch of videos, and just recently update their videos. Some artists, they produce the video for that, and there's a cost to produce the video that I put into the honorarium.
So what basically what I'm trying to get to is the way that the way to monetize it.
Me now. The way I do it.
Right. The way you're monetizing it is whoever wants, to this group to perform, instead of them showing up, you're sending them a collage of videos with different performances on them, and then they're playing them at their church or at their venue or whatever, and it's like they got a concert on video.
Right.
Okay, got it. All right, listen, we're running out of time here, so what I want to do is give you the last 2 minutes to be able to talk about how people can reach you, why you want them to reach you, and real quick, 30 seconds on what you got coming up.
Oh, what I got coming? I got coming up. I have a release. Superintendent Bunbury releasing in January. DYC is going to stream live their Christmas concert. We're going to re-show the Karen Newman concert on Thursday night on Channel 20. And I'm going to re-show the Young Men for Christ Christmas this Christmas on Christmas Day.
And where can we see that?
And I could be reached at Alternative Management and Marketing Group at 313-618-8791.
And we got it on the screen. Yep.
Yeah.
We got all that information on the screen.
The email is crazy. So
we got it all right there on the screen. So now, if people want to see these concerts, do they go to the website, the ALT MGT?
No, they could go to the individual pages. My
of those
usually
artists.
Announce. I know Channel 20. That's going to be at 7:00 on Channel 20.
Is there a national channel for that? Because that's local here.
Yeah, that's local. They could go on the website, the live website. I just got that information today, so I probably won't have it posted until probably
So they start
tomorrow.
with your website. They start with your website to find the artist, and then there's a link to go to the artist's page just to find out when they're performing next or where?
Not yet. I'm still rebuilding my website where have that calendar.
Man, you got me all messed up now. I'm trying to figure out where do I go to find out who's.
They could go to my individual page, my personal page under my name. They could go under the company's page, alternative management.
And when you say page, you're talking about Facebook page?
Yes, Facebook page.
Okay, so that's information we don't have. Okay, give me one. Give me one.
Lavell Nero is mostly where all the filming and all that stuff is on that page.
Lavell Nero Facebook page?
Yes.
Okay, so all you got to do, folks, is look for his name, and we can just show you his name by doing that right there. So Lavell R. Nero, if you see this face and you see this name right here, then that's where you go on Facebook, and that's where you start. You find this artist, you find when they're performing, and then you can click on each one of their pages, I guess from his page, to find out when they're performing. In the meantime, let's go ahead and put his information back up on the screen, and we will.
I also dropped it in the comments for viewers.
Okay, great. Well, listen, we always are short on time. It's just never enough time. We could be on for 3 hours and we'd still be talking. So that's all the time we got for today. Listen, I just want to thank you for coming on the show. You are a wealth of information. Maybe we have you back on the show because I'm sure there's more that we could talk about. Plus, you'll probably be doing new and upcoming things. And we just appreciate the fact you took the time out to share with us some things about, virtual concerts and marketing and artist management. Yeah. And hats off to you, man, for all the work you've done over the years. And we just, tapped around the fringes, of all that you've done, all the people that you've worked with. But again, thank you for coming. And look, stick around for a quick second backstage. We're going to close out the show, Erica and I, and we'll be with you in a moment. All right.
Okay.
Anything else you want to say to our viewers before you go?
Happy holidays to everyone.
There you go.
Thank you.
That's a do word in season. All right. We'll see you in a moment.
Okay.
Erica.
Vincent.
I had to stray away from the Christmas music for a minute because I just love this music right here. I got to have a little bit of dose of it, every now and then.
You couldn't handle it. You just couldn't stay in the season.
I could not stay away. I couldn't.
Stay in the season.
Before we go off, we will go back to some Christmas music. I mean, we're going to be off in another 2 minutes or so. But I just want to remind people, thank you, Stephanie. She said, thanks so much. Great show. We try. I just want to remind everybody that we will be on every Tuesday through the end of the year. And, of course, we'll be on in 2021. Hey, Tiffany, really great.
We'll be back
thanks.
live in 2021.
That's right. So
you'll have a replay, 2 replays, and then we'll be back live in 2021.
Yeah. And so we're going to try to play something that maybe you didn't see. So make sure you tune in and check out the replays on the next 2 weeks because we're going to take a break ourselves. I mean, we need a break.
Definitely. I need a break.
But I want to give one more plea. This is the Christmas season. I don't want to seem like I'm begging. I'm just putting it out there saying, guys, every week help us. We're saying give to the cause, even if it's $5. We're looking for the $100 and $200 too. But every little bit counts. And do you know? I'm gonna let you in a little secret. There are weeks that go by and we don't get anybody giving because everybody thinks, other people give, I give next time. Your $5 will help today. Your $10, we're not going to look at that and go, that's all they gave was $5. Come on. We're going to go, hey, somebody really thought enough about us to take the time to give something because every little bit counts. And if you're watching on a replay and you give something, it counts. If you're watching live right now, it counts. $ live with Vince Eliot, 1L1T. Come on now, do it for the holidays. This is the giving season, and we want to give continuously to you all through our content and great information, and we want you to give to us. Erica.
Can you see that?
Your $5 counts. Wait a minute. Let's put you up full screen. Do that again. Your $5 counts. Hey, and your $100 and $50 and $20 counts too, but we'll take whatever we can get. We are not going to be sad if you don't give us, large sums of money. So thank you again. Erica, you got the last word.
Last words is, remember that we are nothing without God, and this show is nothing without you. So please remember to go subscribe and like and share. And we'll see you again in 2021. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
All right. We love you. Merry Christmas.